You're listening
to bbclearningenglish.com.
Hi, I'm Finn and I'm here with another program teaching you real functional English. Now this time it's making polite requests. Now that's when you want someone to do something for you. So you could say something like, please write the report by the end of today. But that sounds a little bit too direct. There are other ways to make requests which are more polite and more likely to make the other person feel okay. So I've asked Neil and Rob to help out with these examples. Neil wants Rob to finish editing a program, but Rob doesn't seem too keen. Listen to the different ways that Neil asks him to do this. How many different ways does he use?
Morning, Rob.
Hi, Neil.
How's that program coming along? Would you mind sending it to me when it's finished?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
So, Rob, is there any chance you could send me that program you've been promising me?
Okay, I'll do my best.
So, Rob, are you okay to send that program soon?
Yeah, sure.
So, Rob, that program we were talking about earlier, I'd really appreciate it if you could send it over to me.
I'll try.
So, Rob, if you could send me that program for checking, that would be really great.
Right, I'll do my best.
Have you started it?
Soon.
So there we are, and oops, it sounds like poor Rob hasn't even started it yet. So Neil made 5 requests there. He said, would you mind sending it to me? Is there any chance you could send it to me? Are you okay to send it? I'd appreciate it if you could send it. And if you could send it, that would be great. Let's look at each of those in turn. The first 3 we can learn as chunks. Would you mind? Are you okay to? And is there any chance you could? Firstly, would you mind? Now this is really common. It's usually followed by a verb in the ing form, like this. Would you mind lending me £5? Or, would you mind sending me an email with that information? There we are, would you mind? Now next, are you okay to? Now this is followed by the verb in the infinitive, like this. Are you okay to send it today? Or, are you okay to finish it this afternoon? Now this one, are you okay to, is more often used in a work context, rather than in a situation with someone you don't know. Now the next chunk we can learn is there any chance you could? Neil said, is there any chance you could send it to me? So this one is followed by the infinitive as well. Is there any chance you could send? Is there any chance you could send me that information? Or is there any chance you could make a cake for her party? Great. Now finally, this is a really good one. It's a very common and useful form, and it uses would and could, and it can be in either order. So listen to these. If you could finish it, that would be great. It would be great if you could finish it. Okay, so it sounds a bit like a second conditional in terms of its form. Let's remind ourselves of the second conditional. In a second conditional, you say if plus the past simple and then the would plus the infinitive. So for example, if I had $1 million, I would buy a big house. If I had $1 million, I would buy a big house. So coming back to our polite request, here the if part always takes the modal verb could. If you could, plus an infinitive, as Neil said, if you could finish the program. And then the result part with would is generally something like it would be great or that would be great. We can use it or that. Or you could say something like that would be fantastic. Or even I would appreciate it. It's something very positive. If you could do something, that would be great. Or it would be great if you could do something. And now occasionally people sometimes make this request without the result part. They might just say, so Rob, if you could finish the report, thanks. So there we are. Lots of ways to make polite requests. Would you mind? Are you okay to? Is there any chance you could? If you could do something, it would be great. And it would be great if you could do something. So there we are, 5 different ways of making polite requests. Hope you've enjoyed learning about it, and make sure to practice these when you can. Let's listen to the whole thing again. Bye.
Morning, Rob.
Hi, Neil.
How's that program coming along? Would you mind sending it to me when it's finished?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
So, Rob, is there any chance you could send me that program you've been promising me?
Okay, I'll do my best.
So, Rob, are you okay to send that program soon?
Yeah, sure.
So, Rob, that program we were talking about earlier, I'd really appreciate it if you could send it over to me.
I'll try.
So, Rob, if you could send me that program for checking, that would be really great.
Right, I'll do my best.
Have you started it?
Soon.
That was BBC Learning English.
Welcome back to English at Work. We're still in Anna's first week in the busy offices of Tip Top Trading. How's it going, Anna?
Everything's still so new to me. I keep needing to ask people for help.
Well, that's only natural at the beginning. To ask people politely for help, use the words would and could. You can also use the word please, but don't make the mistake of thinking that's enough to make what you say polite.
Okay.
Hello, Anna.
Oh, hi, Paul.
I was wondering if you could do something for me.
Yes, of course.
Would you be able to print out a file for me? It's a document on CBL, Convincing Bananas Limited. They're one of our suppliers. The file should be on the system, and could I have it in the next 10 minutes, please, as they're on their way here for a meeting?
Yes. Oh, no. I have no idea how to find it. Tom?
Ask Denise. She should know.
Okay, thanks, Tom. I'll ask her.
I'd warned her, you know. I said, Victoria, if you don't change your hairdresser,
Denise?
one day you'll... Oh, hold on a moment. Anna?
Please email me the background file of CBL. Thank you.
Who does that girl think she is? Anna. New girl. I told you about her. Yes, with the saucepans. That's the one. She's only been here 5 minutes, and she's already acting like the Queen of Sheba.
Oh, and Denise, please send it to me within 5 minutes. Paul needs it soon. Thank you.
Well, honestly.
Good to see who's the boss, eh, Denise?
Really?
Anna, I think you've upset Denise.
Upset, Denise?
You were a bit rude when you asked her for help.
Was I?
Remember what I said, Anna? Just using please to ask someone to do something can sound a little rude.
Oh.
Instead of saying, please send me the file, you could say, could you possibly send me the file? Or, would you mind sending me the file?
Oh, English is so confusing. I'll try to remember that. Oh no, the printer isn't even set up. Tom?
Yeah?
Please help me with... could you possibly help me with the printer?
I really need to finish this email. It's to a really important new client.
But it's really urgent. Would you mind writing your email later?
OK, since you asked so nicely, let's have a look.
Well, it's a good thing Anna has understood how to use could and would to ask for things before she upsets anyone else. Let's hear those phrases again.
I was wondering if you could do something for me. Would you be able to print out a file for me? Could I have it within 10 minutes, please?
Could you possibly help me with the printer? Would you mind writing your email later?
The printer seems to be working well, but how well are Anna and Denise working together? Are these two going to be enemies?
Really? Denise, do this. Denise, do that. I'm telling you, Sharon, I've almost had enough. I get treated like some kind of servant.